This video. Oh, wait, I can't show it to you.
Is it racist?
Oh, very. This one. Are we live?
Almost.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it to go.
Because it's bad.
Okay. Send it. Text it.
Send it to me.
Come on, man. What's going on here?
So you can watch it on your own time.
Oh, it's not working.
I think you'll like it.
Oh, no. Why isn't this working? Not working.
You are live.
Oh, great. We've been live.
Oh my God.
What?
That would have been bad.
Oh.
I sent that to you and didn't play it.
Wow. So I hope we haven't been live for 50 seconds and just sitting here. Must have some sort of glitch in the. Usually there's a nice video that's supposed to play and lets us know that, yeah, look.
We're not coming in and out.
Just managed to spill on myself just before starting to record here. But it is the homemade broadcast. My name is Kuncz. This is Hummel here.
Hi. It's been at least 6 weeks since I've seen your face.
Yeah.
In person.
You've seen it on TV screen or monitor.
It's not the same.
But it is not the same. You're right. You're right. I hope it's not disappointing to you.
No, it's good to see you is what I'm trying to say. But I'm on the spectrum.
Right.
Like everyone.
Yeah.
So
did you see that story? It was The Last of Us, that show on HBO. Are you familiar?
Say it again.
The Last of Us, I think it's called. It's the zombie show.
No, I just know Love on the Spectrum. That's all I
Okay.
watch. New season, by the way. I know you're a fan.
Oh yeah, I don't have Netflix, but I definitely am a fan.
I don't know. Bootleg, I don't know what to tell you, but you got to see it because
I
it's
do.
the greatest show that's ever been made.
I do want to see it. Well, anyway, so Love on the Spectrum. See, we haven't got together in 2 weeks, and then it's a rough start coming out of the gate. Let's reset.
Yes.
The Last of Us show.
Yeah.
The little girl. Are you familiar? So you're not familiar with this program?
I've never even heard of it.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, it's got this weird looking chick. Yeah. Let me show you a picture of her.
Is it gonna be my doppelganger?
No.
I literally thought the ugliest girl ever looks just like you.
No,
Oh.
She's not ugly. She's just kind of weird looking.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me pull it up here. There. I guess she is kind of ugly a little bit, but
okay.
That's her. Share this tab instead. Let me show everybody else as well. Yeah, this chick.
Can I tell you first thoughts?
Yep.
Like 20% burn victim. Like looks like her face was burned.
Not burnt, not like melting, but like a source of high heat was on her face and kind of flattened it out.
Something happened.
Ironed face.
Yeah.
Looks like it got ironed a little bit.
Yeah.
So somebody on her show said, I think you might be autistic, and then she got tested, and it turns out she is.
I didn't know there's like a diagnostic test.
I guess.
Can you take a blood test? They're like 100% autistic.
I hope so. That would be nice. I wish there was a test for all that. I'm convinced I have lupus now. That's my latest thing. Because I'm in pain all the time.
Joints, right? Joint pain.
Yep, joint pain. So I went down the rabbit hole, and I'm afraid to say anything though, because I know I'm being a hypochondriac.
Yeah, you probably are. Open it. Okay.
Okay.
Someone asked me if I was autistic a few weeks ago, but not for reasons that you think. Not because I'm awkward, which I don't really think I am. Yeah. But I'm really good with dates. That's my little autistic, trick or thing.
Yeah.
Characteristic. And I was like, no, I'm definitely not autistic. I go, I got other stuff. I'm rich with other stuff, but not autism. So thanks for asking.
That's so now we're gonna go back to this. Sorry, Anna.
That's okay.
Is this better? Is the audio better?
Is the audio better?
Yes. Poodle balling. Thumbs up, thumbs down, neutral. This is a rough start.
That's okay. You just gotta listen. Give yourself some grace. Can't
Audio
be great
break
every time.
now.
Okay, good.
Step away for
1 minute.
You were gone doing the Pennsylvania show, Philadelphia.
Yes. I did Thursday, Friday of 2 weeks ago. I did the full week last week in Philly, met the whole team, the whole mishpacha. And then this week I did Tuesday, Wednesday, because as soon as I got back on Friday, it was supposed to be the next day, but I had to wait a day because I needed to sleep. But I went to go see my mom in St. Augustine.
Nice.
So spent a night at home, and then boom, we're driving across the state. Stayed overnight there, drive
one
back.
night.
Just one night.
That's a long drive for
yes,
one night.
Yeah. It was going to be 0 nights, but we decided to do one night over there and then came back the following day. And the next morning, 4 a.m., I'm up doing the morning show.
Jeez.
Yeah. So 9 days, almost 9 days in a row doing the morning show with them. It was a blast. It's so funny because, like, the one good thing about working with Bubba is that anyone I ever work with from here on out is just going to be like amazing. It's like being an abused dog and then someone just like pets you on the head and you're like, oh, thanks so much, you know?
This is nice.
Yeah. So, and the guys are great. I don't want to downplay that. They are awesome, but then it's just that much sweeter from what I came from. So it's just such a, I'm not a religious person, but it's such a blessing. I feel like that's the word I want to use.
Yeah.
Whatever the secular word of blessing is, good fortune. It's good fortune. Thank you.
Like that. Good.
Yes.
Because they thought they might have been hard on you, right? At some point.
Yeah. They were like, I hope you're not uncomfortable. I'm like, what? And it's also new, but like, I'm fine. Like, I'll figure it out. I'll feel you out. And yesterday I got a text from the host. He goes, can I give you a few pointers? And then you're like, yes, but then you're like weighted on bated breath. Like,
yeah.
No.
What do you mean?
And he basically told me to dial it up. He's like, be more aggressive, get in there. Cause you don't want to step on any toes when you're the new person.
Right.
These people have been there for years. Some of them like over 30 years I'm doing the show with. I don't want to step on any toes.
They have a rapport and all that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was just kind of like, and he goes, no, like full throttle it. I'm like, okay.
So today,
so today I definitely turned up the volume, but that's so much better than the reverse where they're like, hey, you need to dial it down. So it was good. Anyways, long story short, it was wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you for asking.
Awesome. Good to hear. I did get to tune in a few days. You sounded great.
Oh, thank you.
I know it's hard too when you're going into, a new lion's den, trying to find your place in there. So that's kind of good that you kind of held back a little bit, because if it was the opposite where you just, being
steamroll.
you,
that's can't do that.
Good. You got to wait for the invitation.
Absolutely. And it's also a different, it's an AM station,
right.
It's not FM. So I need to it's a little more PG. I'm playing PG on a, but we'll talk after the show. I think I told you a little bit of what the plan might be, and then hopefully we can really ramp up the volume.
Yeah, so, that's exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting.
If what you told me, if that comes true, that would be incredible.
It sure would.
So we'll see. I'm waiting on bated breath. I did want to, I have some things, personal stuff I wanted to say, but since we're talking to the Radio St. Pete audience and I wanted to actually do some content, I say we're going to do this every time and then we get rambling for 10 minutes and we haven't really done any stories. But this, Anna, was concerning because I don't know, you're pretty comfortable like with your living situation, right? As far as where you live, you got a decent house.
We hate it.
Oh, you hate it. Uh-oh.
We hate it.
Are you looking?
Yes, always looking.
You're looking.
We actually have a little bit of a plan. Can I share it?
Please, yeah.
So, Chris had a neighbor that he was very close to. His whole family was very close to, and he died. And so we're trying to
squat in his house.
Not squat, like legit.
Just take it over.
No, it's now in the possession of this person's sister.
I see.
So, I'm like, hey, Chris, finagle that.
Is it local?
Yes, it's actually across the street from his parents' house.
Oh, okay,
which
cool.
I don't mind because his dad, first of all, doesn't leave the house, so that's fantastic. And then the mother is like very good about not being a busybody.
Right.
So that's totally fine with me. House is beautiful. It's about the same size as ours, but just so much better all around.
Yeah.
Our house is so stupidly designed.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Right.
No natural light. There's no natural light. I need natural light. Sorry.
It's not good.
No. But yeah, that's my living hashtag goals.
I've been looking kind of around just to see, what's out there
in this area or beyond.
Both.
Okay.
And I'm astounded of the prices here. I know that's, post COVID, we had this influx of people that moved down here that were looking for property. There's a lot of people out there with money, is what I've learned.
And a lot of them moved down here during COVID, so
yeah.
they jack the prices up.
But I wonder is that what it is? Because that post-COVID world now, after a few years, a lot of people were selling. There's a lot of houses on the market now, but they're so highly priced. And I really don't understand why, because clearly just a single family home, 3-bedroom, 1.5 or 2 bath,
Mhm.
before COVID was, 200 grand, which even then I was like, that's way too much.
Now it's a
Way
$500,000.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And now everything is $500,000 still.
I know it is insanity. Absolutely crazy. I think it's because everybody wanted to move here. I don't think anybody's really leaving. Are people leaving
Yes,
Florida?
people are leaving. And actually, where the number one location where people are leaving to
Ooh,
is?
can I guess?
Yes.
Is it a red state?
No.
Oh.
No.
Is it a state?
It is. Well, it's a city in a state, like the number one city that people are trying to get.
Virginia?
No.
I don't know.
West Coast. Big city, West
Portland?
Coast. No, but close.
Seattle?
Seattle. The
What?
story.
I don't believe that at all. Have you been to Seattle? It's
I haven't.
disgusting.
No, I haven't been.
It's rainy. It's
Yep.
depressing. It's Pacific Northwest.
Listen, people want to go. That's really all I can say. Now, I don't remember what article I read this in, but I remember I was shocked as well that people wanted to live in Seattle. So it stuck with me. So there's so much property that's around. A lot of it's for sale, not really budging on the price. It's like this one's $535,000. Okay, didn't sell. Let's bump it down. Let's do $525.
What a bargain.
Guess what? Still no.
Yeah.
Not in my price range. I can't afford. Everything is, I was looking at trucks for fun, pickup trucks.
Ugh.
I want a pickup truck badly. Now I'm looking at some of the new ones. Some of them are $100,000 for a truck.
Like a F-150?
The F-150 Raptor edition, which is some off-road. I don't need that, but it's kind of a cool looking truck. $100,000 it can get up to. What?
That's without the tariffs.
That's made in America, baby. That's
right.
right.
Mexico, but it's an American car. Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
sure.
right. I just don't understand money. I don't understand how any of this works. I got a promotion at work and it came with more money, and I was kind of excited when I heard how much I was going to be making. And it's not anywhere close after taxes to what I thought it would be.
Huh.
Government takes like 30% of my money.
Yeah.
30%.
Sometimes they give you a little back.
Yeah, but maybe next tax season I'll get some of that back. I've never really got a return in my life.
Really?
Not
I just
really.
did my taxes on April 14th.
Oh, really?
I didn't realize that we got an extension because of the hurricanes.
Yeah.
But I was yeah.
Did you get anything back?
Yes.
How much did you get back?
$1,200.
What the fart? How?
I've only had to pay one time. One time I had to pay $80, and I'm like, what the hell? And it was so random because my earnings were like very similar to the time before when I got $600 back.
Yeah.
But this time you have to understand, like I was pretty much unemployed most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I took unemployment, and I felt like the government was like, "You've had a rough year.
Yeah.
Here's some cash.
Here's some dough.
Yeah.
That we stole from you. We'll give you some of it back." I just don't understand like how people can afford things, but then I'm just like, there's just a lot of people out there that have money that can afford
a lot that don't, a lot that live paycheck to paycheck. Or here's the thing, Will, is what I've learned is like, you don't know anybody's money situation. You think you do, but you have no idea. You remember True Life?
Yeah.
You think you know, but you have no idea.
Yeah.
So many people are getting money from like their parents, their grandparents, or an inheritance that they got, or they're living in a really nice home and you're like, wow, how'd they afford that? Their parents bought it for them. You know what I mean? So there's so many, we assume, we just see someone else, we're like, they're successful, they're an amazing lawyer. No, you don't know anything. I don't know anything. But I also don't understand money.
Credit too. Like I saw that credit card debt is, I don't know,
astronomical. Yeah. People are
just putting on credit.
Spending wildly beyond their means.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's a reckoning here. Like I was talking about I don't really know anything about the tariffs. I mean, I know that tariffs are a tax on goods that come into the country. And I know that like it's weird because the people that I listen to about these matters right now tend to be split 50-50 of good or bad idea.
Sure.
So I'm just like, listen, I'm not an economics guy. I have Robinhood and I don't do well. So I just stopped buying.
And he's a gambler. Can I tell you that I was the most uncomfortable I was last week on the show I did in Philly was we were talking a lot about the tariffs, which obviously involves the economy.
Big
and then
news,
they would like throw it over to me. I'm like, I don't even have a 401k. Please don't ask me this question. So what I did, like, because I did a deep dive into the tariffs, not just like what's in the news, but like Econ 101, right? How does it work? Who's benefiting? Who's not benefiting? The pros, the cons, all that sort of stuff. And so I'm like, it's before the show starting. I'm about to give my opinion on the economy. I'm watching like a Dave Ramsey video. Like, how does one do the economy? What does that look like? But I was able to pull it off. And a very important lesson I learned that I should have learned a long time ago is that you never have to answer the question that was asked of you, which politicians do all the time. So he would, the host would throw it over to me like, on a tariffs, blah, blah, blah. And all I would say was this, this reminds me of, and then just talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Interesting.
I never had to, I was just like, I'm not answering any of this. I'm like, that's a good point. But you know what? It kind of reminds me of this. And then I would just talk about something that I kind of know more about.
Right.
And it was beautiful. I was doing the Trump weave, you know what I mean? But never coming back to the tariffs.
Yeah, I was talking to my partner's father yesterday, and he's a business owner and is rightfully upset. His costs are going up, and he was, asking me or sending me stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is a random tweet from, I'm sorry. Like, I don't trust, Boob Gobbler 49. On Twitter, it's an opinion, and he might be qualified. I don't know, but I feel like this whole thing is a Hail Mary. But I think that, and I heard actually Tim Dillon talking about it. It's like, this might not work, the tariff thing, but he's not wrong. Like, Trump's not wrong for trying to do this because it doesn't make sense how the economy, like, it's not
fake.
Fair. It's fake. Like, you just know that it's set up in a way. And this is kind of a popular sentiment kind of on the left too. And I think that's where this weird, we talked about the horseshoe before, where you'd be more in common, probably like a Trump voter would be more in line with Bernie Sanders economically, probably than, Joe Biden or something.
Yeah.
And the tariffs were always kind of a thing that Bernie wanted to do. So
he said it in 08.
Yeah.
I saw clips of Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer saying the exact same thing, but them in the 90s saying the same thing as Trump today.
Yeah. And it's weird how he's just a Democrat from 2000.
Yeah, he's just a 90s Democrat.
Yeah, it's very strange. And I don't like my libertarian streak says, tariffs are dumb. Don't do that. Free trade is the way to go.
Yeah, but they're not giving us the same deal.
They're not giving us the same deal, but it also, like, we just sent our whole economy overseas. Like, everything that made America kind of great has been, companies have been sold off to produce in these other countries.
Yeah.
That make things cheaper, but they also suck. Like, how many times have you bought something from Amazon and threw it in the garbage?
0.
Oh, okay. I've done it a lot.
No, I send it back.
All right. Well, yeah, same thing.
After I wore the outfit once because I just needed it for one night.
I think a lot of people, though, buy stuff because it's so cheap. Like, I remember I bought a scrubber brush for the bathtub.
Okay.
And it is supposed to, automatically scrub for you. And so instead of having a scrub, you just held it.
And it goes,
it's really lazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would scrub for you. And I go, that's cool. $9.99 on it. Hell yeah. That's worth my elbow grease. Let's do it. And it was the biggest piece of crap it was just like, it would drool spinning. Like, it was so limp. And it did absolutely
flaccid is what you're saying.
A very flaccid device. And I left very unsatisfied, by the way. So that thing went right in the, I took it back, but I think a lot of people, if they're just go, this isn't even worth my time to send back. I'm just throwing it in the garbage.
Yes.
Like, how much stuff comes in to the country that is made and immediately goes into the garbage, brand new, and then shipped back, because we ship them all our garbage too. and then they recycle it because they don't have that.
And they sell it back to us.
And then they sell it back to us.
And we buy it again because we're dumb.
And we buy more cheap crap that is, I mean, useless. It's just stuff. It doesn't have any value, though. A vast majority of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a tchotchkes person, and I don't buy like cheap little knickknacks. I'll buy, like cleaning products and toothbrushes, which I'm sure are made in China and stuff, but I don't buy like, ooh, fun knickknack from Temu. Like, that's not me at all.
Yeah.
As far as the tariffs go, I don't know much about how tariffs work. I mean, I get the general concept, but if I may relate it to this, which is something I do know about, going on a diet. That's kind of what it feels like. It's good for you, but you don't want to do it. It's going to kind of suck in the short term, but then you get some momentum. You start losing weight. You're not so mad about it anymore. That's kind of how I relate, the tariffs to, my life is dieting. It's not fun, especially at the beginning. It's going to hurt. You're going to resist it. But if you let it happen, it's going to be a better outcome.
It is kind of an apt comparison.
I'm schwitzing very badly.
Are you sweating?
Oh, yeah. I don't know why.
Do you want it up higher? It is warm in here. I don't
I'm
know
dying, right? Like,
all right, let me turn it up all the way.
I did.
I don't know.
Okay, it's really hot in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
Damn.
it is very warm in
Okay,
here. He likes
sorry.
it warm.
Okay.
But it is an apt comparison, I think, because it's like eating at a buffet, at a Chinese buffet, where you have a lot of stuff.
And it is the Chinese buffet.
And it is a Chinese
Yeah,
buffet.
it is.
But it's really bad for you and doesn't really.
You don't feel
satisfy
good
you
about
long term.
yourself the next day. It's greasy. You're fat. Nasty.
I also think that there's no way that people are going to go back to like assembling, I don't know, air dusters in a factory in the United States either.
Listen, I think Vietnam's coming to the table. I think India's coming to the table. I mean, a lot of stuff was made in China, but
it's just going to be the same crap. It's going to be the same problem of stuff that we don't really need.
What do you mean that we don't really? Then don't buy it.
I didn't need. Well, that's true.
You just
I
don't
didn't
buy
need
it.
this spinning bathroom brush.
I feel like you feel like it did something to you when you're the offender because you bought it.
No, it's offensive to me because you look at the review, and this is another trick they do too. Because I bought an office chair one time, and I've learned if you want something, save up and buy something that's good.
Don't cut corners.
Don't cut any corners because it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And I bought a chair, an office chair, and it was very highly reviewed. And I was like, can it hold fat people? And the chair said, yes, it can. The reviews told me yes. And I sat in the chair and it felt like it was going to break. And then I find a little piece of paper that slips out after the assembly process. And it goes, the chair was $100. Okay. Pretty good deal for an office chair, brand new one. And it says, if you give this 5 stars on Amazon, we'll give you a $50 rebate. So now it's a $50 chair, but you have to lie and say that it's actually really good and it will hold a fat person.
Did you, it was a bad chair, in
It
fact.
sucked.
Okay.
I mean, you could sit in it. You'd be like, wow, this is a throne, but you weigh 8 pounds.
Right.
If you're over 250, you're in trouble. You're taking your life in your own hands. I'm assembling this chair and it's got a really sharp pole that's poking through about where your anus would be on a chair. Okay. So, I mean,
So why are you complaining about that?
I'm feeling the chair itself, the part that you actually sit on.
Mm.
And it feels like cardboard, like a very hard cardboard. And it feels like that pole, if somebody was a fat person, for example,
They might get
if they sat on it, the pole could pierce
it would sodomize them.
potentially. And it made me very nervous. And I got rid of the chair. I didn't do the rebate, but I sent it to the Salvation Army. I donated it. So another fat person could, penetrate themselves
Right.
potentially with it down the line. But this is
Did it motivate you to lose weight?
No, of course not.
It wasn't like your skinny jeans, like, oh, I used to fit into these
No.
20 pounds ago. No, okay.
No, I was like, this chair is a piece of garbage.
Get it out of here.
And I should stop buying garbage stuff from overseas.
Because you actually spend more money doing that, because then you'll buy the nice one
Yes.
afterwards, and then you just wasted all this money on the crappy one.
It doesn't, but I can't. It's my nature, though, right? I'm cheap.
Oh,
I
what's
have-
that's like?
I have a bug in me, but it ends up costing me more because then I had to buy this chair. This chair's nice, but I had to add essentially $100 to the purchase price because I bought the cheap chair.
You know, number one Jew in my life, my father.
Yeah.
Same problem. He goes, I want to start droning.
Yeah.
My boyfriend, Mr. Drone, was like, you should get like a $1,000 drone. My dad's like, no, I'm gonna get a $300 one. He went through 4 of them and then bought the $1,000 one.
Good one. Yeah. So he spent like probably $2,000.
Yeah, he kept getting them lost in trees and whatnot. And granted, he's like not the most skilled flyer, but still those more expensive ones kind of like fly themselves.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
And
Like,
they have like resale
more
value.
sensors. Yeah, exactly.
If they're good and decent, like
Exactly.
a moderate drone person would be like, oh, that's a good deal. You know, it's $200 off. I've been wanting to buy this. Yeah, you can't like even Facebook Marketplace. Like that's another one that gets me constantly. Nice. I was looking for a bicycle because I had this remember that orange bike that I had, the road bike. It's a really
the one that
nice
you had at
bike.
your other place.
It was but it's a young person's bike or not a fat person's bike. Maybe a fit older person could ride it, but it's one of those ones you have to bend over really far.
Yeah.
And my back just can't do it. So I was looking for a new bicycle to ride for fitness. And I'm finding, bicycles on Marketplace. There was one that was really nice, but it was expensive. It was like $350.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. A Trek, like a new Trek hybrid bicycle. And I'm like, this is the one I should probably get. And it's my size. You know what? Here's one for $60. It looks good. And I met some delinquent on US 19 and I pull up at some Asian guy wearing a mask and like he met me in front of a paint shop. So it's probably stolen. Number one.
100%.
He's got a mask on out. I don't know why, but I was like, I'm going to try to lowball this guy. So I go, how about 40 for the bike? The tires are flat and all this. And he goes, no, $60. And I was like, all right, here's your $60. Go buy meth and get out of here. Leave me the bike. Leave me the stolen bike. Here's $60. And and I take the bike. I go, this is a nice bike. I just need to get it tuned up. I need to take it to a bike shop and get it tuned up. That should be like $100.
Right. And then, but it's still like what a $200 savings or whatever.
Yeah. From the nice bike.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? What happened was I dropped the bike off and they go, oh yeah, this bike.
It's totaled.
They're like, it's got a cracked rim. You gotta replace the whole system here. I'm just like, so mad.
Yeah.
So then guess what? I could have bought that new Trek for what I got. I like the crappy bike that I got. But the guy was telling me, oh yeah, people are thieves, scum and villainy everywhere. What people were doing after the storms, they were just squirting off bicycles that were submerged in seawater and listing them on Marketplace and selling them for cheap.
And they're all like rusted.
Ruined,
yeah.
Totally ruined. The salt water just eats away all the gear. You have to replace everything like I had to do. So I don't know if this one was one of those that were just in salt water, but I just can't help it. So I'm really trying to beat my nature and try to not be so cheap and just not buy stuff and buy something that's I know is going to be good.
Yeah.
Just spend the money if I want to spend the money, which it's not easy for me. The only thing that I find that I can spend money on pretty easily is booze.
Gambling.
I haven't been gambling.
You gambled on the cruise.
I did. I lost a lot, but I haven't since then.
That was not that long ago, and it was a lot of money that you lost. You have no money. That's why you haven't.
That's right. That's right. I have no money.
Because you lost all your money gambling.
Because I'm buying inferior products that I have to rebuy everything. So I'm trying to learn my lesson, not gamble, and drink cheap alcohol.
Which you don't like to do.
No, I like
Because
it.
you're a fancy girl. Just say it. You like nice things. You like nice steaks.
Oh,
I think we had this conversation a few weeks ago where I'm like, you know the difference between you and I said we're both poor, but I act like it.
yeah. Right.
I adjust accordingly, and you don't, except when it comes to bikes.
Yeah. I do hide it well. So I don't know. And we did the whole thing where we're just rambling, but I don't understand what the economy is. I don't know about the tariffs, but I saw this headline and I go, that can't be good. And maybe I'm wrong, but when I read the headline that says nearly a quarter of Tampa Bay apartments are owned by private equity, I go, that's not good. I mean, does that
Probably
sound
like Chinese owned companies too. No, it's not good. Here's the thing, Will. I think a lot of people are moving here because
They're
everywhere,
not, though. They're leaving.
everywhere I look, new developments are going up. You know, woods are being leveled, neighborhood comes up. I see that everywhere. And even yesterday or 2 days ago when we were driving back from St. Augustine, Chris was like, that wasn't there a year ago. That's brand new. That neighborhood started 5 years ago. People are coming in, and I want you to leave.
But they're not. They're building. They have all of this stuff that they built, and people are leaving.
But why would they build it if there was no one to buy it?
Because they assume that people would buy it. Now, I did see something in Ocala that Ocala, I guess, built a lot of stuff, and you can get, it's like pre-COVID pricing. Like you can get a nice house for $230,000.
Then you have to live in Ocala.
You have to live in Ocala, which Ocala is not that bad. You are kind of landlocked there.
It's gross.
Gateway to Gainesville.
I just know that UF is there.
What
else is there?
Nothing. But I mean, Ocala is really nicer than Gainesville. I mean, there's horses and it's kind of like a farm kind of life out there. But traffic is terrible. Have you driven through Ocala?
Yes, but
it sucks. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It says just under 25% of apartments in Tampa are owned by private equity firms, according to the nonprofit watchdog Private Equity Stakeholder Project, which studies the industry. In recent years, private equity has transformed the housing market by buying up sizable chunk of single-family homes, which is what people need, and apartment complexes. This has exasperating housing affordability issues, displacing local communities through rent hikes and aggressive evictions and diminishing tenants' quality of life, citing the 2022 U.S. House Financial Services Committee report. And I mean, I don't know. It says the study also found that Tampa Bay residents were being crushed under the financial weight of rising rents. Private Equity Stakeholder Project reported that the region saw the largest increase among 25 largest metro areas in percentage of renters who are cost burdened, climbing from 52.6 in 2019 to 61% in 2023. What does that mean, cost burden? Meaning that they can barely afford their house or their rental or whatever. For 64% of renters in 2023, over 30% of their income went to rent alone. This is more than 20% increase in the number of cost burdens.
All right. So basically, things are bad and getting worse. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, I'm hoping that they're going to get better. I mean, I would like to leave at least the free portion of this program with a sign of hope that move to Seattle. I guess everybody should be moving to Seattle. I guess it's better there. Move to Ocala.
Can I give you some advice?
Yeah.
You ever like meet someone and you're like, how are you alive? You're like, how are you
Yes.
doing life?
Yeah,
but they're figuring it out. That should give you hope and go, listen, if this person who has 6 words in their vocabulary, if they're making it work through whatever means, selling stolen bikes, making ends meet, you can do it too. You can do it too. You are resourceful and you are a good friend and a great partner. And damn it, people like you. I think that was George Bush or something.
That was Stuart Smalley,
I
believe, from Saturday Night Live.
Okay. So
Al Franken.
Okay, yeah, have some confidence.
I do that every day. I look and I go, how are you alive? And usually I'm looking in a mirror. That's what's happening. I'm brushing my teeth and going, what are you doing?
Can I tell you my new favorite mantra? Is this. Whenever I'm like, wow, I suck. Wow, I'm getting uglier. Wow, why is this happening to me? I just go, this is it. And I know this sounds depressing. It's not. I go, who cares? I'll be dead soon. Because if
Yeah.
you go, okay, I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh my God, I won't be able to afford a house. But look, you got a nice place. You're okay. Do you
Yeah.
need to? Can you go move into a mansion? No, but look at you. You're doing great. You don't live in Iraq.
I'm lucky.
You don't live in Yemen.
Yeah,
You don't live
very
in
lucky.
North Korea. You're doing great. So you just go like this. Who cares? I'll be dead soon. Try to enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
I've literally said that, and people get concerned about my mental health
No,
when I
it's
say it,
so
but I don't
freeing.
mean it. Yeah, no, I mean it. Like it's good.
It's freeing.
I just turned 40 this year. I go, what do I got? Maybe 45 more years. I already got through 40. Like 45 if I'm lucky, would be 85.
You're lucky.
Yeah. I mean, it's trending downward too. So I mean, I might be over the hump now.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I could do this, no sweat.
Yeah. You're almost halfway there.
Is it too late? Like I wish I had because I don't think people in private equity are necessarily smart. They just have something that like, I just want to do it. Like if that's it, then I want to do it.
Well, you got to like make money, and then you become like an angel investor or something,
Yeah,
a venture capitalist. But you got to have money before you even dip into any of that stuff to make more money.
But people are making. This is my point. This is why it's so frustrating.
Yeah,
because people are making money.
You need to be a crypto bro.
No,
be a day trader.
I tried. I can't do it.
Kidding. I don't know.
I don't know how to do that. I don't understand the economy.
Me? You know what? It is so nice to hear someone else around my age say that, because I said this on the air in Philly. I would go, I'm not a finance bro. So I feel very uncomfortable giving advice. And listen, I can talk out my all day long. But when it comes to finances, people will see right through that stuff.
Oh, they know. Well, if you talk about something that you don't know about,
it's very apparent.
I did a job interview for I was telling you, and I was talking. I just took this. I don't know, just to see. I don't know.
No, you know what? You know why you did it? Because you go, at least when I lay my head down at night, I could say I did everything I could today.
No, that's not really why I did it. I was just like, let's just see what happens.
All right.
Maybe I knew it wasn't going to be good. It'd be a job I'd have to move for it. And I was talking, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
What you're saying, you mean?
No, yeah. It's just words. It's a stream of consciousness. There's no meaning behind it whatsoever. So, I mean, I look in the mirror and I go, how are you alive?
Yeah.
But I'm managing somehow. Anyway, we're going to say goodbye to Radio St. Pete and podcast listeners. You can get the full show on Substack, hmbradio.substack.com, full uncensored extra bonus time that we do. On occasion, it's been rare lately just because we've been busy, but we'll hop on sometimes, different times during the week. And I put the audio only podcast on Substack. willsyoutube.com is the YouTube page. Go subscribe there. And thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're watching live Wednesday, 6 p.m., stick around. We got some bonus time for you. So stay alive. Look in the mirror. Say you're doing it, and you're doing it adequately. Thank you. All right, we're back.
We are back.
Bonus time.
So I'm thinking about writing a book. No, I'm not. But I'm working on this like new philosophy.
Love it.
Because I'm a Buddhist now.
Right.
And, you were kind of talking about like not necessarily hating yourself, but just confused at how am I an adult that lives? How am I able to take care of myself? Because it just seems like everything I do isn't working.
Yeah.
And this whole, it's not necessarily body positivity, but like this whole self-love movement.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's terrible. Cause like, here's the thing is like, you're trying to trick yourself because your brain knows you suck. I suck.
Sometimes your brain needs a boost.
That's very true. Well, thank you for bringing that up.
You're welcome. Get some Magic Mind, didn't you? Thank you to our friends at Magic Mind coming through, supporting this podcast. And I want to remind you, Magic Mind's great. I worked with them in the past. Now, Anna, this is your first time.
It's an intellectual mind boost.
It is. It's a mental performance shot is really what it is. But it's along those same lines. Now, you've never had one.
No, I haven't.
Good. Let's cheers to the magic, baby. Get your mind right.
Hell yeah. Cheersies. Oh, actually, that's pretty good.
It is good. It tastes good. I like to, it's not something that replaces your coffee or anything. I still got to have coffee. But this
kind of just like aids.
Yeah.
It's aiding and abetting your mind.
That's right.
So That's what that
It leaves
does.
it to strike. But it's got a bunch of good ingredients in it.
Potassium. Everybody needs potassium.
It's got the ashwagandha in it. It's
Ooh,
got
that's an adaptogen. Really
That's
good
right.
for your nervous system.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the fungi, the lion's mane. It's got a bunch of good stuff, and it's got like studies on it that it actually helps your, get that calm energy. You're not
Oxycodone.
going to be.
Oh, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You're not going to be shaken from this stuff.
Yeah, no, it's actually really good.
It is good. And I'd like to remind you to head over to Magic Mind. Where is it? Magic Mind.
Not Magic Mike,
Not Magic Mike.
even though that's what it is to me, but it's Magic Mind.
It's magicmind.com/HMBL as in Larry, T as in Tom. You can get 48% off your first subscription or 20% off a one-time purchase with that code at checkout. So check them out. Thank you for supporting the program here. And I'm glad I got to share Magic Mind with you, Anna.
Yeah, me too.
Let me know how you feel. I want to know after. It's probably, we should take one before too. I wonder how many of these you could take.
Before something bad happens?
No, like do one before and then one after. You know what I mean?
No.
Or mid.
Like
podcast.
take two?
Take two,
Take
but
two.
at different times.
I see.
So you do the Magic Mind, and I don't know how long.
Also, Made in America.
Made in America.
Made in
Right.
America. Support your country and us and Magic Mind.
And the mushrooms are in California. So they again to your America
home
credit
state.
there. That's right. And it's got matcha in it, highest grade
Mhm.
possible. It's
Oh,
good.
yes.
magicmind.com/HMBLT. It's on the screen there. Check it out. Thank you, Magic Mind. All right. So,
Now, just back to my book that I'm writing in my
yeah,
head.
right.
So I think that I keep saying body positivity, but self-love is trash. This is what I've learned on my journey. On Saturday, it will be a year since I was fired, by the way. So I feel like this is a time of reflection. Also today, April 16th, 9 years in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
moved
big
here
chunk
in
of your life.
2016. And I thought I was old then. Isn't that wild? I was like 28, about to be 29. I'm like, dang, dude, I'm approaching 30. It's over for me, son. That was almost a decade ago. What the fuck? Crazy. Anyways, back to my point. What I realized is that self-love is trash. And when you are in a really dark place, I experienced, job loss and, boo-hoo, who cares? People go through way worse things. But for me, it was pretty traumatic, if you're familiar with what happened. And I started to not just not love myself, but actively hate myself, like a lot. The whole looking in the mirror, I was like, what's wrong with you? How are you
alive?
You came from a great home, middle class, upper middle class, 2-parent home, had everything you needed, did all the extracurriculars, had good friends, no drugs, went to an amazing university. I should have knocked this career thing out of the fucking park. And here I am, 37, with nothing to show for it. So all this was going through in my head, blah, blah, blah. And people were like, you just need to look in the mirror and say, you're amazing. You're great. And I was like, but I don't believe that. So what I've been pitching to my friends, and maybe I can pitch it to you since you are a friend, is something that I'm developing called self-neutrality. Because sometimes when you really hate yourself, loving yourself is too lofty of a goal.
Yeah.
So I started thinking about myself like I would think about a pedestrian I see walking down the street, right? Not a hoodlum, but just some person maybe walking their dog, maybe going for a walk, trying to get some sun. How do I feel about that person? I don't love them. I don't hate them. I assume they're probably doing the best that they can do. Boom. And I just turned that around and I was like, that's how I'm going to think about myself. I don't love you. I don't hate you, and you're probably doing the best that you can. And honestly, that's really been helping me.
You're giving people a lot of credit, I will say,
that
they're doing the best. I don't believe that people are doing the best they can. Everybody's
with what
high.
they have.
Everybody's high. Everybody's stoned.
With what they
something.
have, with how they were raised, with the tools that they've been given. If you come from like a shitty upbringing, obviously you don't have a lot of, tools in the toolbox to cope with things. So all you know how to do is smoke weed. You know what I mean? Like you're trying you're not like trying to hurt anybody. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people, you're like trying your best. I don't know how to deal with this anxiety. I'm just gonna take some weed. I can't get laid. I'm just gonna fuck a hooker. I'm trying.
Oh, you're trying, all right.
So
yeah, I mean, that's a really perverse way of looking at it. And I feel like it's almost as bad, Anna, I'm gonna be honest,
please.
as being too toxic, as being too aloof. I think you should be not hard on yourself either. I have conversations with like the positive people. There's something, I guess, is it the secret, right? Where you just think positively and positive things will happen. Your attitude is everything.
Yes, an abundance mindset. And
yes.
The what do you call the vision boards and
yes.
Imagery. Imagery is big in the secret.
There must be something to it, right?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes, in the sense that if you start talking about it and you are networking and it's constantly on your mind, you're going to see solutions to things you might not otherwise see. But also, you can't just be in your room making a vision board and expect that magic to happen, is what I'm saying.
There still has to be action.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's where people are lacking. It's just the action. But you might be right. I mean, maybe it's just like, what do you do? And that's why I bring up, like, okay, maybe I should be working in a factory. Maybe that would be if I worked in a factory that made televisions or something, but the televisions were like $5,000 because they're really well made. And that would probably be a decent wage.
Probably. Did you see those AI Chinese videos?
Yes.
Did you did you see yourself in those videos or something?
No. No, I didn't. He's talking about the fat AI thing, which was racist, by the way. China.
Racist?
Yeah, it was.
Why was it racist?
It was a racist depiction of what Americans are.
Well, I don't know if we're a race.
Well, white racism.
I think it was more an affront on Midwest people more than anything.
White people,
just these giant cheese curds of people.
They don't know anything. They don't know we have a melting pot here. I didn't see one fat black in the video. That's all. I didn't say one fat Asian.
No.
You did in the AI video?
No, I saw one fat black
in the video.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then I stand corrected.
Yeah.
China, you have your token.
No Asians, though. They did not one Asian in either video I saw.
What would I search for that to show the video?
Like propaganda. I don't know.
Propaganda factory.
Yeah.
Because the only ones I saw were just a bunch of fat whiteys.
This is Indiana. This is Wisconsin.
Yeah.
This is Ohio. That's what I thought. I'm like, this is hurtful to the Rust Belt.
Here on the screen.
Yeah.
So I don't see any other. It's all just fat.
There were 2 videos, by the way.
Okay.
Fat blacks. Told you. Suck it.
I stand corrected.
In whites. They don't look happy though. No one's smiling.
No. Well, I don't know. You know what? I've just determined I'm wrong. Forget everything that I've said.
That's okay.
I'm wrong.
Self-neutrality. Try it out. Try it on for size. See if it works for you.
Yeah, I will. I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got on it? We got a few things here.
Did we talk about your cruise at all?
Oh God.
Because I feel like it was ripe with stories.
The cruise. I did do my back I'm in extreme pain right now.
Oh, we did talk about the cruise. Yeah, because you spent the money and I got upset.
You were out of town. I was out of town at a wedding up in beautiful Blowing Rock, North Carolina, which is where the shirt is
Never
from.
heard of Blowing Rock.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yeah?
No, it's beautiful up there. It was a very small wedding, like 12 people. They had a house. Wow. Big house in the mountain, like on the side of a mountain, and we got this nice little room. It was like a mother-in-law suite attached to the house, so it was like their family, and then it was my partner Julia's friend who was getting married. So we had this nice little bunker, kind of to ourselves. The bed is so soft that all my bones like sunk in with gravity. My backbones, they all it's just a ball of mush back there now. My bones. I have no bones left in my back.
Are you still hurting
Oh yeah,
from like
It's
one
been
or two bad nights of sleep?
2
Or
nights sleeping on a soft bed have made me
ruined you.
completely useless. I've just been like laying on the floor on the hard floor in between on computer time when I need to be on the computer for 10 days now. Stretching.
God.
I've been doing everything and none of it's working. It's a beautiful wedding though.
May I ask why there was only 12 people?
That's a good question.
Because usually when it's that small, it's like, why not just elope and just do you and your
Yeah.
partner?
Yeah. I don't really know.
I'm assuming there wasn't like a dance floor. Is that safe to assume?
No dance floor,
no
nothing
DJ,
like that.
no band.
The reception was at the night in the nice big house though. Like we had a barbecue. It was good.
Oh, okay.
And they had just like a nice porch with 3 tables.
Was
I mean,
it like catered or?
Yeah, it was one of the local barbecue shacks.
Yeah,
Catered
okay.
it. So it was good. I mean, it was great. I had a great time. And they're a lovely couple. I met them for the first time.
And you went to their wedding and there was
And I
only
went to
12
I'm like
people
in
there.
the pictures. Like
That's
I
pretty
was
crazy.
kind of off in the side and the groom was getting pictures taken. And I just met this guy and he was like,
Come on in.
come on. I'm like, you sure? You want me to be in
You
your
just met me. You just met me.
met. And he's like, yeah. So I was like, all right. So I was giving him a big hug in the photos. Great guy though. That does make me wonder, like,
Do
where
they
are
not
your
have
friends?
friends?
Yeah, where are your friends?
If he's like, dude, come in my picture, and those are pictures he's gonna have on his wall, like
That's right.
forever. And
That's
it's
right.
you and his kids or whomever is gonna be like, who's that guy? He goes, I don't know. I met him that day.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. He's
I met him that day.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little weird, I will say, but it was very nice. There was an awkward conversation at night. No, I think people were drinking.
Let me guess. Who'd you vote for?
No, it was so like why it was just a wild statement, but also I viewed it as totally innocent. Like I took no offense to it either.
Oh, I'm excited to hear
Somehow like everybody's sitting on the porch, and I think the groom asked me if I had any tattoos, and I said no, I don't. And I think
check out this one right on my dick.
I think somebody, maybe I wish Julia could tell me if I'm getting this wrong or not, but somebody like brought up the fact like, oh, she's Jewish, he can't get tattoos or something, which is lots of Jews with tattoos that are not really following the rules. But I believe it is you can't be buried in a Jewish
cemetery. They actually like cut it out.
They will cut it off,
Yeah.
right, because you can't be.
Buried.
There's always workarounds with all these religious rules, which is hilarious. But yeah, so you can't do it. And one of the relatives there of the groom says, well, what about Holocaust?
I knew that was going to happen.
What about people who are in the Holocaust?
And Will said,
and I said, I just did this face. And I said nothing.
Yeah.
And I think I might have said, I think they made an exception. I think God made an exception for them. I would hope so. Can you imagine if you show up and you got the tattoo that you were forced to get in a concentration camp and God went, sorry.
God went.
Those are the rules. You know, I don't know what to tell you. And you go, yeah, but I didn't want to do it. Yeah, I know.
I don't make the rules.
I
do.
I don't make the rules here. That must have been the old guy. I'm the new guy. First Testament. I'm the Second Testament.
Yeah.
Sorry. Nothing I can do for. But it was such that's a crazy thing to say, right? I mean,
yeah, it is.
But it's also very innocent.
Yeah, I think it was an innocent thing to say. I wouldn't be offended by that. Did they think you were Jewish?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you advertised yourself as a Jew? Because I know you're like a quarter Jew.
I think Julia likes throwing it around more than me. No, I'm half. I mean, because my mother,
your mom's mom,
is descendant from them.
Was your mom's father, or it just doesn't matter because her mother was?
I think the rules are mom.
Correct, but she's technically half Jewish because her father wasn't Jewish.
Correct.
Okay.
But the mother,
I understand.
And you know, I called her Bubby, which is Jewish.
It means Yiddish.
Yeah.
Sorry, it means grandma in Yiddish. I had a Bubby as well.
She didn't really do nothing. I mean, she wasn't a Jew, I would say, not like doing anything Jewish. You know what I mean?
Wasn't a practicing Jew.
Right. So I don't even know how that counts, but my and I don't know.
Do you
It's-
feel like Julia might be grasping for straws because you're just so plain?
maybe?
Because you're just like a white
Yeah.
male heterosexual.
I mean,
But he's
listen,
Jewish.
anything's possible.
Have you been to a synagogue?
Yeah, for weddings and funerals, and maybe a bat mitzvah here. Or
But
there
I mean,
from
like, to
relatives.
pray?
No, no,
Okay.
no. I'm not doing that. I mean, I haven't done that with any other denomination either. It's
Well,
not like I'm opposed
What
to.
what I'm saying is, like, you weren't raised to, like, if we got to go to temple, Willie.
No.
Okay.
No, none of that. Which I wonder how my life would have been different. Because you build a community.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you build like.
And then maybe you
know
made a
people.
motherfucking Rothschild.
Yes, maybe, or maybe they go, hey, I know you just graduated. I have a private equity company that's buying houses in Florida. Would you like to join them?
13. I just had my bar mitzvah.
You're a man. You're a man, and you are gonna go to work. Not really. You're just gonna buy houses and charge people money to live there. Where does the money come from? I don't know, but it's there, baby, and pick it up off the ground. So I think about that a lot because it really is who you know.
100%.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of Jews, do you know about this community in Okeechobee that is developing right now?
No.
It is thousands of Jews. There's thousands of homes. It's a complete, I think it's like 3 separate communities. It's called Lakefront Estates. It's a Hasidic Jewish community. I feel like they're like trying to become what I think is like sovereign land, like pulling a Native American.
Oh, yeah,
it's like
yeah.
an Israel outside of Israel.
Yeah, okay.
And I
okay.
saw people advertising for it, and the people that were talking about it did not sound American. So I'm
Interesting.
thinking that Jews from all over the world who are being persecuted or afraid, a lot of people are, oddly enough, despite Israel being in a war-ish, a lot of people are moving there to live because they don't feel safe in France. They don't feel safe in the UK. They don't feel safe in Germany again. My dad sold his apartment to an elderly French couple. Like, people are leaving wherever they are to like move to Israel. And a lot of them are moving to Okeechobee. And I got boots on the ground. Boyfriend was there a few weeks ago for a camping trip, went off the beaten path and started taking pictures of construction.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Thousands of homes are being developed. And I guess you have to prove that you're a Jew to live there. They want their own police force.
Yeah.
When you have a chance, look up Lakefront Estates in Okeechobee.
Well, let's do it now.
Yeah.
Lakefront Estate. That's fascinating. And it's not the first time I've heard of something like, I mean, there's Sharia police in some parts of New
Dearborn.
York and Dearborn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of a thing. What is it?
Lakefront Estates in Okeechobee. Pop up.
Estates and villas.
Yeah.
Lake Okeechobee.
Yeah. It's a Jew haven.
Welcome
I
to
think there should be
Lakefront
like a
Estates.
video somewhere. If you scroll down, there might be like this is what we're trying to do video.
Now, would it say it on the actual website for is this on? Oh, let me pull it up here. There we go. Our perspective. But that probably means they're not prospective, but perspective. Wait, where is it? I lost it. Here it is. Is this the video?
I don't think so. Oh, maybe yes.
Oh, yeah. It is definitely.
Oh, yeah, they got
partner, Rise Architecture New Jersey. A little bit about our firm. Rise Architecture New Jersey opened up 2 years ago here in New Jersey, joining up with Rise Architecture, which is a firm based out of New York City that focuses on the 5 boroughs of New York City. Rise Architecture New Jersey is both a commercial and residential firm. We're licensed in 15 states. We work in any area outside of the 5 boroughs of New York. We've done on our commercial side over 1 million square feet of office space, and in the past 2 years, we've worked on 24 different moistus necessary to create a community. On our residential side, we've worked.
What I saw.
If you wanna go to the website, it's lakefrontestatesfl.com.
That's the architect's perspective. See if you can scroll down and see like they're up or something where you can see like their message.
Nice houses.
They're trying to do like
Yeah.
yeshiva.
About.
Yeah, maybe the about. Maybe that's what we want to see. There should be the master plan. That's what I want to know.
The final
The
solution.
final solution to stopping anti-Semitism.
So it doesn't say anything about like you have to be Jewish to live here.
I mean, if you read it, it does.
This is about commercial.
Shuls, like mikvah,
Oh,
shuls,
yeah.
like this is a whole.
What's a shul?
It's a synagogue. It's
Okay.
a Yiddish word for synagogue.
What's a mikvah?
It's where the whores bathe. It's like a bath. That I don't know
Is
too
that
much
the
about.
one where if you're on your period, you have
Period
to go
before
lay
you
in the
get
bath?
married. Yeah, you have to go. Like my mom had to do that. Like sit in a bloody pool. Yeshiva is like rabbi
school.
rabbinical school.
Interesting. They got their own
Supermarket.
supermarket there. I like that. Retail and office space. So they're building their own little community there.
Yeah.
It's hard to blame. I mean, it's hard to blame them.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, because who knows what's gonna happen? I mean,
Right.
we're one president away. Like if President AOC gets there, I mean, that might be that
How
land might be Palestine. After.
Frightening. Did you see what is he, a Senator John Kennedy from like, what is he from, Kentucky, Louisiana? Did you hear what he said about AOC?
No.
He goes, listen about AOC. He goes, that's why they have directions on the back of a shampoo bottle.
Oh yeah. He's got some good one. Foghorn
does.
Leghorn. That's who he reminds me.
Yes,
of.
yes.
Yeah. Wow. Well, it's hard to blame him. I just wish that I would have went and learned how to
be a
houses.
Jew.
Yeah.
It's
That would've been
really,
good.
I feel your pain because I should be a finance bro. I should be good at business. I should be good at making money, and I'm good at none of those things.
None of it. I can't think of anything that I'm really good at.
Me neither.
I thought
Had
that
that thought the
radio
other day.
was going to pan out.
Yeah.
I thought it
Wrong.
was. I thought it was just a matter of time, especially after I graduated school and I went, what do you want to do? Oh, I've always wanted to do radio. Have you ever done anything with radio? No. I'll just start doing it. I will say this about me, if nothing else, give myself a compliment. I will just get after it if I find something I actually want to do.
Mm.
And I did. And then I just started doing the podcast and then finally managed to get a job at the radio station. And then I finally managed to get on air. And then
What happened?
I was like, great, this is awesome. Trajectory's going up, 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 up.
Then
And
what
All of a
happened?
sudden, the roller coaster got to the peak. And I went, well, this can't be as high as it goes here. Something's
I'm only
going
12
on.
feet high.
Uh-oh. And then it just started to go downhill really
free
fast.
fall.
It was like 3-hour show, producing, co-hosting. Oh, now it's a 2-hour show. Uh-oh. Tampa Bay Lightning are in town now. So now you're off the air when that happens. Oh, no. And then it was
Hey, you want your name on a show?
well, that's not really happening. I
Oh.
go, well, I got to figure out how to make this work and make it worth my while. I'm going to ask for my name to be on the show. I'll ask the boss. And then the boss went, I don't know. Ask the guy who did the show. And I went, really? And he went, yep. There's a lot of, I gamed that situation out, not to bring this old stuff, but I thought for sure I had all the leverage in the world. And it turned out I had none because of unseen variables. So I messed that up. And now it's just hanging out on Wednesday.
Them unforeseen variables.
Unforeseen variables got in my way.
That should be the title of this.
Yeah, that should
podcast.
be right. Unforeseen variables.
Them unforeseen variables.
And private equity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of I feel a lot of pressure. Like, what am I gonna do with my life now? I was telling Julia, I'm just like, I know this sounds bad, and I
Say
really
it,
don't
say
mean
it. I know what you're gonna say. Say it.
Like, I don't fucking care.
Yup.
I was just like, I want to get paid as much money as I can now.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating for her to hear, but I don't mean it to be frustrating. I'm
Yeah.
just like, if I can't do this thing that I want to really be doing, then just make as much money as you can so we can buy a 3-bedroom house. We need $500,000 to do that.
Right.
Like, so let's just, I don't fucking care.
Yeah. You got to think about what you want in terms of like, how do you want to spend your days? Because they're numbered. And I feel like around 35, 36, everyone starts like mortality starts to get on your mind. Did you feel that way?
No, I don't really think about it, but I also know that it's not like if I did drop dead, it wouldn't be like, wow, he was so young.
No. That's not what I mean. It's just like I don't have all the time in the world. More so thinking, like when I was in my 20s, I'm like old age, like I'm just hanging out. I don't care if I bartend or this. And then you get to, I'm almost 38. And I'm just like, bro, like, how do I want to spend my days? What's important to me? And it turns out very little makes me happy. I'm very much a minimalist. All I want to do is like eat salads, like be healthy, be at the gym, do jujitsu, do a little bit of this, hang out with some friends, go sit in the sun, cuddle, and watch Love on the Spectrum. That's a perfect day in my book.
Yeah.
That's a perfect day.
Yeah. I mean, I can relate to that, but I know it's harder for other people to relate to it. I feel like it's totally reasonable to say like I don't care.
But here's the thing: if you and maybe I Jedi mind tricked myself, but I'm actually truly happy. But you get upset because you're like, I want all these things and I can't have them, right? But if you kill the desire to have any of those things, no pressure.
Well, I do feel like
no pressure. I mean, you're a guy, so it's a little different.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like as far as my career, I've like let go of
you have to
radio I mean, like I'm still like, I'm here, you know where to find me, and I'm technically still employed there and I'm still looking for things. But I mean, as you know, you've been looking for stuff too. Like it's few and far between as far as actual jobs that I would want to do. Essentially what I need is another bone that would take me in.
Yes.
So who knows? I mean, like I don't have much hope for that. And trying to build this thing here, which is cool, but it's a slow process to do it. Like we got our people, God bless all you guys that come and check us out and watch the videos. I mean, like I think about it and somebody said a shitty comment like, wow, 300 views, I'm like,
more than you, asshole.
Yeah. I mean, like it's not wrong. Like when those criticisms come up, it's like, yeah, you're right. I wish it was 3 million, but it's not.
Yeah.
So, and perhaps the market has spoken too. This is another thing that will piss off Julia. I'll be like, the market might have spoken and it might not be a cup of tea for enough people to make this thing work. This is turning into a therapy session.
That's okay.
But like, that's fine. Like, I like doing this. I like talking to these folks here that come and join us, and God bless them. But like, that's a lot of people. Like if you put 300 people in a room, that's a good amount of people.
Yeah. I'm getting a little butterflies in my stomach if I think about, broadcasting to 300 people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't feel like there's anything wrong with what I'm saying, but when I'm hearing myself say it, it sounds like I'm just like gonna blow my head off.
No. And I completely understand what you're saying. And let me tell you why this is good news. Because if I would have gotten this opportunity with like Philly, and nothing is permanent. I've saw a few things in chat. Nothing is permanent. It's kind of one of those things. It was like a low key audition. It went really well. I vibed with the team. Everything was awesome. The guys are fantastic. But here's the thing. If I would have come to the table, let's just say of May or June of last year, I was so fucking desperate because I wanted it so badly because my ego was so hurt, right? Like radio was who I was. I identified myself as someone who did radio and that was no more. So who the fuck am I even at all? Like I didn't know how to define myself. I got actually a lot of support on Reddit, not because I posted stuff, but read other people's accounts of like similar stuff they were going through. And it like really echoed a lot of things I was feeling. Someone wrote, I really loved who I was when I had that job. And I'm like, fuck, that hits.
Yeah.
I loved like who I was when I had that job. That was it. I'm like, that's exactly how I feel. Now, a year down the road, I have done a lot of work on myself, doing the jujitsu, doing the Buddhist stuff. I've really let it go. And I'm telling you, I feel like I'm attracting it's like such a different energy because people, like I'm talking to like big wigs at, the station over there. And I'm not desperate. I don't need it. I was just like, I want it. but I'm going to be okay without it. That was the energy I was giving because that's how I felt. I go, I want this, but I'm not like so thirsty and starving for it because that smells. People can sense desperation on your breath and just, well, you know what I mean, metaphorically speaking, where it's just like it's not an unattractive quality. But if you come to the table like, I'm going to be okay no matter what, but I do want this job, like that's way more powerful, oddly enough. So I'm telling you, once you like let it go and you're like, I'm going to be okay either way, I feel like that's kind of when things start to come to you because you're not so desperate.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. It's hard not to be desperate in those moments. You know, I kind of felt like for a long time, I was like just holding on to it, like, you know, messaging people like, hey, and it was always the same, like, no, nothing's happening right now. And it just doesn't sound like the last conversation I had with the boss man over there. He was like, you know, I don't know what I'll be able to do for you in the future.
The boss man at your
yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember those are the exact words that he used, but I took that as it's unfortunately
that was corporate talk for
look elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and like other people I've talked to, like consultants and stuff that are like, I wish we could have found you something. I really do.
Like it just sounds like it's over.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I still have my card. I didn't get any call. I don't know if they did any fill-ins on the Calta show when they were on their cruise, but I wasn't in the mix with that. I don't think they did. I think they just did replays. Because I thought I heard Ian Beckles talk about, you know, bringing me on to help him co-host on that show. I was like, I texted him. I was like, yeah, if anything comes up, I'm definitely down to do that. But I haven't really done a good job, and I've never have of ingratiating myself to people anywhere. Really, I think that I don't know. Maybe I'm a snob, where I'm just like I don't want to ask for anything. I don't want to be a kiss ass. Like I never wanted to do that, but I think that can probably turn into this guy's kind of a dick.
Or like he doesn't care.
Doesn't care. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. And it's quite the opposite.
No, you care you so much. I remember it was a Punch Out. I think it was in 2018. I actually know it was in 2018, November 2nd. I think that was right. You were like so paranoid about like getting in. You thought like Mike Olivero didn't give you a ticket and you didn't know if you could get a beer. Like you were just I was like, dude, chill out. Like you're good. But you are, you know what it is? You're hyper neurotic like me.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to control that, but I don't really do a good job at it. But yeah, I mean, I was always kind of afraid to make a move. And sometimes, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's totally true either, but I feel like I did make an impact with some people there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
I think so.
It was really hard working
for better or worse.
Yeah, for better or worse. It's really hard working at night. You just don't have that face-to-face.
Sure, you don't have the visibility.
And I just don't have that. Like, there's other people there that just got in there and just like, you know, I'm not gonna say kissed ass or whatever, but just was like, hey, like, what's up? Like, it's small talk and like build I'm not really a relationship builder, which is maybe if I got more face-to-face time, I could be.
You need to get comfortable first because you don't want to feel like you're bothering people.
Yes.
That's your deal. And I get that. I'm kind of like that too. I'm less like that now because I'm just, here's the thing. What I realized is that, you know, I was always didn't want to ask for favors, didn't want to put anybody out. But some of the favors that I would ask people were small. Like, can you send me someone's email or can you meet with me for 10 minutes? You know, whatever it is. And if you give someone like a thank you, that really makes people feel good. Look, listen, I really appreciate your time. Like, seriously, thank you so much for helping me out. That makes them feel good. They're going to want to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wouldn't feel too bad about it. But here's the thing that I learned is that, you know, I was really worried that when I lost like the anxiety, I was going to lose like the drive, which kind of happened a little bit. But what I learned is you can still make the calls. You can still write the emails without just like feeling the pressure of anxiety and desperation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at a certain point, probably around like October, November of last year, I was like, I was starting to feel less anxious, but I was still making moves. And I'm like, that's perfect. I can be productive without the pain of like, you suck, nothing's going to work out, you know, because that wasn't helping. That was not helping at all.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's just, you know, I guess I think I just treat everybody I didn't want to, especially that environment at that station. I'm like a fan of these people. So that was always in the back of my mind too. Like, don't want to be a fan. Like, we're peers. I'm doing the same job and just treating people like people. And it was just hard to make kind of any kind of connections there, just being in. I mean, like, I was great friends, obviously, with you and Johnny. And I definitely formed those connections there at that time. And I think that was great. But it would have been nice to
Branch out.
be just like, I don't.
But here's the thing: nobody at that station
I feel
really
like that's gay.
has branched out it outside of like their
That's
own
true.
little shows.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like it seemed like when I first started in 2016, 9 years ago today, there was way more team synergy, and now it's just like, you know. But
I don't know. I mean, these. I don't know. It seems like things are going. I really have. I don't even listen really anymore. I can't. It's gonna pull me back in and be interested. I don't even, and that's not.
it's an X.
I feel like I got to be careful with what I say because it's gonna get misconstrued.
Yeah.
And sent there. But like, I just don't. It's just for my own peace of mind. Like, if I'm in the car, I'll listen to Setting sometimes. But even that, I usually end up turning it off because it hurts my feelings.
Because you get brought up, or
No, I don't get brought up at all anymore. I was shocked when I got a text that Ian was talking about bringing me on the co-host. I was like, oh, that's awesome. But I mean, I didn't hear that live. I had to go back and hear what was said, and then wasn't kind of. It seemed like the reception to that possibility of me doing that was kind of lukewarm at best.
yeah,
People weren't really excited about it. That had that
prospect.
Yeah. So, but that's because I don't have control of any sort of narrative about what went on there. And I have two people there that aren't too bananas about me and the feelings mutual. One of them started out as a joke. It was real. And one of those is actually, somebody I was very close to at one point. And, people they like to talk. And people like to gossip, and I just feel like I didn't have any control over what was being said. I had no way to defend myself, and then you just kind of turn into a pariah. This is what I think happened to me, pretty much. But that's just the way it is. Like, what am I going to do about it? Am I going to? There's not much I can do about it.
Yeah, there's nothing. Just to move on,
And that's pretty much what I've done. I kind of one of the things I heard Mike say that. He was like, oh, he doesn't make very good decisions. And I was like, well, like what? That's what I want to know. Like what? I would love that. Talk to him. And I could probably call him or text him and be like, hey, can I talk to you? And he'd probably talk to me. But that's
do
gay.
you really? Yeah.
Like what? I mean, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. It's not like it would just be like, oh, okay, well now I understand what you're saying. Or I could explain myself and.
Well,
You'd
here's
be
the
like,
thing:
okay.
like when people have like more, maybe two examples of something, then you are that. Like if you made two bad decisions, he goes, he's a guy that makes a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah,
but he doesn't even like know you that well. That's the problem. Is that a lot of people don't like you, and I'm like, no, Will's actually like really cool. Like I don't understand. Maybe you made that one comment on the air and it got blown out of proportion, and 7 years later it bites you in the ass again, and it's just
Well, people make their, and I do it too. I hear something, I don't like that person. Just decide you don't like that person, and that's kind of the way it goes. But like I said, am I going to run and try to put out these fires, or just go? Is it really worth it? I mean, is it even worth it to do that? What's the long-term benefit of it? So
right.
I think the people that have any sort of power, there, boss man, he knows obviously what I can do, and if something ever comes along, great. And I think even if I found something, he would probably help me out and try to find me something else if I asked him to put in a good word. So that's good as long as I have those things. That's good.
Well, all I will say is, I'm still on shaky ground. I'm still kind of in the quicksand myself. But if I do find myself on solid ground, I will do my best to pull you on solid ground with me.
Very good. Well, that's really all, and vice versa too. Although I will say it's pretty much up to you. It sure seems like it's pretty much up to you.
Yeah, and a lot of it is just luck.
Yeah.
When I like spoke to the program director in Philly. He was explaining how like he brought other people onto the station, and it was very much exactly like my story. Someone just reached out to me at the right time, sort of thing. So
yeah, and I this is the thing I am a cynic, but I am like totally open to that and would love for that to happen, and am totally, like I said, just open to it. So I'm not just like, I'm not being self-defeatist. I know the language that I'm using, like I'm hearing myself say it and it sounds like I'm a sad sap, but I'm really not. I'm just, this is the reality. I understand it's like well, change it. It's like, yes, but you also have to be realistic about what the scenarios are here. Like the radio industry, we talked to Eric Nagel a few weeks ago.
who actually was on
not-
an Anthony show.
Yeah, I sure saw that.
Yeah.
But he's really good about what the industry is doing
knows a
right
lot,
now,
yeah.
where it's at. And like, it's not
good.
It's not good.
No one
Like,
would
it's
say
not
it
good.
is. No
It's
one
not good.
would say it is.
So these things don't. So the reality is, I have the internet here. I got my little pirate ship that I can kind of live on and do as a hobby. And something you like to do as a hobby, then great. I don't know.
Here's the thing, there's no finish line and there's no deadline.
Yeah.
So like you can have another job for a year or 2 or 3. That doesn't mean that you can't also keep looking and listening to see what other opportunities may be out there.
For sure.
It's not like I'm done with radio forever. It's like I was talking to, how I spoke to I probably spoke to 150 people over the last year, like on the phone or an interview or whatever. And one guy, you hear about guys who were out of work for 2 years. I heard about a story about it. I didn't speak to this person, but heard a story about a person who was out of the game for 15 years and got back in.
Yeah.
Now I hope that's not me or you, but just to say that the dream doesn't have to die is what I'm saying.
And it's not. I just think that I'm very conscious of my language, and I understand that it sounds bad, but it's not. It's really not. Don't have any pity for myself. As far as making mistakes, like not making good decisions, it's like maybe not. I'm not on the air anymore, which is probably the worst decision, but things happened. That station totally changed. Would I have even survived the cuts there? I don't know. And I don't even know if that's what he's talking about.
Listen, again, who cares what he said? But I think you made the right decision because, I was talking to you around that time. You weren't happy. It seemed like you were kind of like a ticking time bomb.
Oh, I was. Yeah.
And you didn't have any leverage, but leverage for what? To be in the position that you weren't happy in to begin with?
Well, I thought I had leverage to.
Yeah. And you didn't, but you got your way. You walked away with dignity.
I was prepared to do that too. I understood that could be a possibility.
And
I
it
didn't
happened.
think it would, but I thought it was 60-40 that it was going to happen, and it was unforeseen variables again that I didn't really know about.
The theme of the night.
You don't know what you don't know, but yeah. I mean,
I just listen. I am definitely a realist. Don't get it twisted. I understand that. And here's the thing that I try to explain to people when they're like, just grind. I go, listen, me and Will could fucking grind, but we have to know that there's opportunity at the end of the grinding. You know what I mean? I don't want to be taking chances and putting all this time and energy into something, and then 3 years down the road, there's zero opportunities because everything is AI or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't mind working hard, but I want to work hard at something that I know will pay dividends when I get the opportunity.
But
so
you have to have, I hate that grind mindset too. That's just unrealistic for something that, like we talked about earlier. You could go grind at something else, private equity or whatever. I don't have the relationships. I really thought that radio was going to pay off. It's what I want to do. And then when I started to actually get in there, I was like, holy shit, this is fucking happening. This is awesome. And
I'm really doing it.
I'm really doing it. And it's only a matter of time before either, you move on to another station or you get promoted to that station, and it's just so close yet so far type of thing. So far, that's the way it's been. I'm not saying that's the end of the road.
No.
But yeah, as of right now, I'm kind of we're both kind of in this on the beach, they call it, right?
Yeah, I think that's the term. So listen, I feel very somewhat optimistic about the last week in Philly. Just not even from my own experience, but talking to the people there and what their plans may be. So, road's not over, journey's not over, and I think you're actually in a really good spot because I think you're way less desperate than you were before.
Yeah, well, I've just kind of
Been beaten
feel
down.
like
You're
yeah,
numb.
I mean, like, I just feel like, okay. I mean, just kind of acceptance, I guess, is where I'm kind of at.
Okay.
And certainly, like, if something comes along, great. That'd be awesome. Fill-ins, whatever. Awesome. Let's do it. I'm here. I'm experienced. I have many years of experience on the air now. Hosting, co-hosting, producing. I can kind of do all that stuff. So something happens, great. I'd love for it to happen there. If not, love for it to happen elsewhere too. I mean, whatever. But anyway, I'm just bitching now.
That's okay.
Point.
Sometimes you got to get it off your chest.
I don't even know how we got here.
You know what would really help if we had more Magic
I need
Mind.
more Magic Mind. Get
Delicious.
yours.
Delicious.
Thanks to Magic Mind for sponsoring this episode. magicmind.com/HMBLT. It's on the screen there. Go get yourself some. It's good. I'm gonna experiment and take 2. I don't. Maybe I should ask BB. That's our contact there. What would happen? How many of these can I drink?
Can I mix with vodka?
I think you can.
I don't see why you can't.
See why not?
I feel like a good plus a bad equals a neutral. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Science, baby.
Mm.
All right. Well, thanks, Anna. We did a little bit extra time.
Oh, shout out. I don't think they're watching, but Leslie and Chuck had a little bit of a procedure today. We're thinking of you. We wish you a speedy recovery.
Speedy recovery to Chuck. Get yourself some Magic Mind. Dump it on the wound. It will help.
Okay.
Mike, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Grow the HMB. Yeah, we are going to make an effort to try to do more of it. It's tough because I do have a job and Anna doesn't, but
I did for the last 2 weeks.
That's true. You did. But I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you, Thomas, Buzzer Bob.
What up, Buzzer Bob?
Poodle Ballin. All you guys that were commenting in the chat there. Thank you very much.
Mark SRQ.
Yeah, no super chats today. That's all right.
We'll get them the next time.
Yeah, next time. We'll be back Wednesday and maybe even this week.
Where's Oh, Joe can't comment. I forgot.
I don't know. He's banned. He's been banned.
Yeah, but he's probably watching. So
Well, Joe,
we're thinking of you.
Yeah.
And your bananas that you like to post online.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hope you're good, buddy.
God bless.
All right. Talk to y'all soon. See ya.